Hello, Votoms and figurine collectors. I had bought these online, not realizing how small they were, or actually how big they were. I thought they were going to be smaller. So there's not almost no information on these. If you look, the images behind on eBay, they're just listed as Armored Trooper Votoms HDV, which I assume is high definition video, but I don't know. So let's just take a look and see here. I haven't taken Google Translate to this stuff because it always has like 3 different translations. So they look like miniature dioramas in these cardboard boxes here. Here you can see that there's 5 in this particular wave, and it says like HDV 7, and I think that means episode 17. That's one thing I did pick up. HDV 6 is episode 14. So these are the chapters within the Votoms cartoon shows. And then the HDV is like what figurine number. So if this one goes from 7 to 10, one would have to assume there's a 1 to 6, which is weird. Why would you have a wave of 6 and then a wave of 5? I don't know. This says 000400, so one would have to assume this was made in the year 2000, maybe? I don't know. As I say, there's almost no information on these, so I am becoming that information. Alright, so apparently these are new. They weren't too expensive, you know. Well, everything's relative, I guess, you know. You search online yourself. So, big cardboard box, and that becomes trash. And then we have this plastic wrap thing on tape. Okay, so if you don't want your stuff to ever get dusty, I guess you would just leave it in this, but it's awfully large. I mean, it's big. It's too big to be hanging out like this in my particular shelves. We have a plastic base here, and then it looks like this is yellow tape holding the top down. I'm gonna just throw this stuff away, so I guess we'll just cut this open. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so that's the episode number. Yeah, strange there's no date there. Must be, I don't know why this is so hard to get out. Oh, there's actually 2 bumps here going through that plastic. So that's the reason. So this little cardboard background, I guess, you know, just some rocky stuff. It's alright. Then this actual base here, it's like a vacuum formed piece of plastic, and it has these tie downs here, which for time wise, I'm just going to clip these off. So I'm curious what's going on underneath this thing. Probably not much, but so this is like a somewhat rigid piece of plastic, and this is that vacuum form thing, which is apparently gray before. I mean, it's okay for what it was originally selling for, probably a few bucks. Alright, but it's just too big. So this is what I was after, just another type of deformed Votoms. I seem to have quite a collection of various Votoms now, at least the smaller ones. And so let's see how big this guy is. Up to the top of the head, this thing is like 45, so it's under 2 inches. Yeah. And it seems to be all PVC vinyl. You know, this is soft. You can drop it and not be afraid it's gonna break. So that's really nice. The actual details, they're okay down here. You got the 3 different colors in the optics, but no parts move. This is all molded in as one piece. The barrel recesses are very shallow. Yeah, there's no articulation whatsoever with the arms. So this is definitely one of the most basic forms of Votoms I have. You can see here, even like melted or something, you know, it's clearly messed up there. But they did paint, different colors. It's like lighter mint green here over the, darker green body. There's light gray for these tubes. This Votoms is called Marshy Dog. It's meant to be an underwater walking tank, so that it's like air tanks and stuff. And these are the drive wheels. So it's all right, I guess. It's different. I was actually thinking it'd be maybe 25% smaller, but I'll show you at the end with some comparisons with other things. Okay, let's go with this next one. This is a diving beetle in here. Yeah, it's pretty neat, It kind of looks like a TV, kind of, sort of. Let's get this guy going. So Kumin was an area within the Votoms universe, like a jungle area. So that's why they have something called Marshy Dog and a diving beetle, because it's very marshland. So this one, you got a nice wavy, as if it's walking through the water. So that's kind of neat, actually. I'm not sure if they had needed to make the cardboard do that, but I guess it's because it wants to have structure, the cardboard, right? So it's accommodating that fold over. So yeah, sadly, yes, it's too big for me to keep. It's trash. Okay, so looking at this guy here, now he's got 3 different optics, just in like a diving submarine kind of configuration. 2 light blues and then 1 red. He's got this little truncated gun, and these are little clogs. They're supposed to fold under the feet, but this thing is very, very deformed. So that's for sure. It's actually got paint details on the bottom of the feet. This one did too. I didn't even call that out. They even took the effort of painting the bottom of the grip of the weapon. So it's interesting, the amount of detail that you can get in some of these little collectible vinyl figurines, gashapons. One thing that isn't working so well is here. There's supposed to be a foregrip that this hand is gripping onto, so it's not glued together. It's almost like they should have had a peg here go into that gun there, but no big deal. Let's get into this next one. HDV 9, and this is some sort of, I think it's a standing tortoise, or it's a standing turtle. I don't know the difference, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's got a little background of an ancient city, it looks like. And then it's got, an ancient city tile and the head of a robot there. Okay. So this has got a pretty, I guess, drab olive color scheme to it. And then it's got 2 green optics and 1 red optic there. They're not metallic. It would have been cool if these paints were metallic, but the outside here is a metallic silver. And then again, this weapon, it's supposed to have a foregrip. At least this hand's closer. And yeah, we have gray color, a little bit of brown here. Yeah, just a mix of colors. The feet are detailed as well. This little antenna is nice. It's not going to break, right? So that's kind of cool. Its head was a separate piece, but it's glued in place. Just a lot of panel details and all that stuff. Okay, not much to talk about with these guys, really. Last one is from HDV number 6, episode 14. I did manage to watch the entire Votoms TV show, the original one. I think, boy, where did I watch? No, I actually bought the DVD. So I can't suggest a free place to find it. Okay, so this one's got a background of just a dark jungle, a nighttime jungle scene. Oh, what's going on here? I thought those were robots, but maybe those are plant leaves. And then we have, yeah, marshland. Alright, so it looks like a backpack detail, and maybe the head or something, a destroyed robot. Yeah, okay. Alright, so it's just a matte blue finish with some gray contrast, and then we see the same eye colors. And then this one's holding the gun over here, but look at this. This is totally messed up. Totally like missing a chunk of plastic entirely. It's supposed to be a cylinder, or it got crushed after mold coming out of the mold. And for some reason it's doing like a karate chop, which is kind of funny actually. I think it's funny to have that. I don't get the impression it's waving, right? I get the impression it's doing a karate chop. Alright, these are supposed to be machine guns, I think. Yeah. And that's all these say a CS China. Or is that B China maybe? Maybe these are made by Bandai, but it's listed as Takara. So, well, what's the difference between these two? Well, you can't see the guns on this one. There's no guns on that one. The feet thing, the weapon things, the head thing, they seem identical. The backpack areas seem identical. So I think it's just the same mold, except for the arms are different molds, right? So I think, I forget, maybe this one's called Snapping Turtle, and this is called Standing Tortoise. But correct me if I'm wrong, if you know about Votoms more than I do. So that's it for those guys. So one thing is a little odd is the Scope Dog is the smallest of the Votoms robots in the Takara 148 scale line, but here it's the biggest of the robots. So it's actually the reverse of the scale models. It almost looks like a totally different scale. It's just so much bigger than the other three. So here's a 148 scale Marshy Dog, and yeah, compared to all the other, Takara has this line of toys called Actic Gear, and they're all 148 scale Votoms. I have a whole bunch of them if you want to look up them in my search channel. That's not English, sorry. Alright, so let's see. Bandai Converge made some Votoms, and this is the Marshy Dog from that. I added some jewels though, I added some details. And here's a diving beetle from that Converge lineup. So the Converges are obviously a bit taller. They're still deformed. This is realistic looking, the 148 stuff, tall, slender tanks, whereas these are obviously deformed. The Bandai, the Scope Dog, you know, you can move the head a little bit, and the arms as well. So a little bit more playability. But mostly these are just figurines that just sit there, static. There's a line of model kits by Cavico, and they're called Choipla, and this is a Melquia color Scope Dog. So that thing actually opens up as well, and again I added some jewel details to it, which I'll probably do to these later, at least the ones with the flat eyes. And then the last ones, I think these are the smallest Votoms related toys you can get. There's no markings on them whatsoever, so but I have a suspicion it's made by Bandai. So this is called a Strike Dog, and then this is a Marshy Dog also. So I'm gonna get this one out of here, it's too big. And this is called a Berserga. So what I was hoping for is these three being these, but they're not. They're a totally different entity. Right? Yeah. So just looking at the difference in size with the scope dogs, you'll see as they come around. I mean, they're both small, but this is like twice as big as that little guy, right? So, alright. But again, I can't confirm if these are made by Bandai or not, because there's nothing... Oh, wait, it does say B China. And it does say S. So you know what, these probably are, because that looks like an S also. But I don't know, I can't make out the letter over there in the circle. I don't know. See, it looks like a CS or OS China. Alright, but I'm pretty sure these really tiny ones are Bandai. And you can see actually the feet even come off. So even though this is half the size, you can actually articulate it a little bit. Look at this. I forgot. The arm can actually rotate. So that's pretty impressive, really. Alright, but today's video isn't about these little guys. It's about these medium little guys. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to track down the other ones. I much prefer the smaller ones. Maybe I'll get those if I can see them around at a used toy store. Thanks for watching today. See you in the next Votoms video.